With former President Trump set to be America's next president, let's take a look at some of the things he did in his first term as president that greatly benefited and strengthened the state of Israel. Shalom, my friends. This is Akiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. One of the greatest things that President Trump did in his first term as president is to get out of the nuclear deal with Iran. This is something that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu fought against very strongly and for a long time. Unfortunately, got passed by a former U.S. administration, but it was looked at as a great threat to the state of Israel because it bolstered Iran. It gave tons of money to Iran, and it gave them legitimacy on the world stage. Trump understood the danger that this posed to Israel and got out of the deal, something that Netanyahu and all Israelis greatly appreciated. And now we see, looking back, that that deal absolutely and directly led to the attack on Israel on October 7th, funding, supporting, and training Israel's enemies on all fronts, specifically Hamas in the Gaza Strip and Hezbollah in Lebanon. In addition to this, Trump recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital and moved the American embassy, the first president to do so, to move the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, which was a very strong and powerful statement. Why was that such a big deal? Because most countries in the world who have relations with Israel and have embassies in Israel have their embassies in Tel Aviv. Why? Because they don't recognize Jerusalem as the official capital of Israel. Why is that when it is? It goes back to the UN Partition Plan of 1947, when the UN recommended partitioning Palestine into a Jewish state and an Arab state, something that the Jews agreed to, the Zionist leadership agreed to, and something that the Arabs denied and rejected immediately and adamantly, the next day starting a war, which turned into the War of Independence that lasted all the way through 1949. So with that partition plan out the window, which it didn't really have any legal weight anyway, the war was going to set the final borders and boundaries between Israel and its neighbors, which it did. According to the UN partition plan, Jerusalem was supposed to be an international city, not belonging to either state. But at the end of the war, Jerusalem got split into two by Israel and by Jordan, who was occupying half of the city completely illegally because they had no stake or no say in anything legally in this area. But the city was split, and Israel immediately declared Jerusalem as its capital. And after 1967, in the Six-Day War, after it was attacked by Jordan and then counterattacked and captured all of Judea and Samaria, including East Jerusalem, it unified all Jerusalem, making the entire city its capital. But still, even after that, most countries, almost all countries in the world, did not recognize that and did not have their embassies there. America passed an act, the Jerusalem Embassy Act in 1995, saying that America does recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and will move its embassy, but no president did so until President Trump in his first term as president. So Israel thanks Trump greatly for that, a very, very strong show of support for Israel's capital, Jerusalem. Moving on, Trump did other things as well that strongly benefited and strengthened Israel. It also cut off funding to the Palestinian Authority as long as it continued to fund terrorism. Right? The Palestinian Authority for many, many years was literally giving money to terrorists who carried out terrorist attacks. And if they died in the attack, that money would go to their families. This is one of the tools used in convincing terrorists or even everyday Palestinians, civilians, to carry out attacks. And that's something that Trump said America can no longer fund, Palestinian Authority as long as they continue to do that. Trump also recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights, which Israel also took over in the 1967 Six-Day War against Syria. Syria was using the Golan Heights for 2 decades as a launching pad of attacks, for attacks against Israel's communities in the north, terrorizing them greatly. And after the Six-Day War, Israel fought against Syrian forces in the Golan Heights, taking over the Golan Heights in just a couple of days, and kicking out all Syrian forces and restoring, or bringing, I should say, calm for the first time to the northern communities of Israel since its creation in 1948. Israel officially annexed the Golan Heights in 1981, but countries around the world wouldn't recognize it. Trump did in his first term as president, and Israel thanks him for that. Also, in addition to all of this, Trump recognize that Israel is not an illegal occupier in Judea and Samaria, that what they're doing there is not illegal, it's not an occupation, that this is a disputed territory. And anyone who looks into the history of Judea and Samaria in modern day times, with Israel and its neighbors, will clearly see that this land actually was promised to the Jewish people as part of the Jewish state by the League of Nations, something that got verified by the United Nations after World War II. And the whole idea of creating a Palestinian state on that land had no legal grounds for making that call and no legality. And so Israel coming back into Judea and Samaria after the 1967 Six-Day War was not illegal, is not illegal. Israel recognizes that, and Trump recognized that as well in his first term as president. So there's many things that Israel has been thankful to Trump for, continues to be thankful to Trump for, and that's why Israelis are very much looking forward to another term of presidency for Trump, because Israel, through Trump, has a great and strong and powerful friend and partner in the White House, something that Israel needs. And this partnership between America and Israel is a unique one and a very special one and a very, very important one, both for the Israeli people and the American people. And we're very much looking forward to a second term with Trump in the White House, looking forward to even more great things to come. Thank you, my friends. All the best and be well.